I wasted a crown just for this. So if you've been paying attention to Genshin recently, you know that Eula hasn't had a rerun in a very long time, and Hoyoverse still has not announced that she will have a banner anytime soon. Her last banner was all the way in version 2.3 when she first was introduced to double banners. It's actually ironic how she has the first double banner, and yet has not returned since then. Hoyoverse specifically made double banners so that characters can have easier access to reruns, but supposedly not Eula. But there's nothing to worry about. The game gives you a free Eula at the beginning of the game. A free Cryovision user whose sole purpose is to do as much physical damage as possible because his cryo teams suck. Oh, but there is one catch though. You do need Primordial Jade Cutter or else this build sucks, just like my Abyss runs. First, let's test this out on the Perpetual Mechanical Array, who is highly resistant to physical damage. Just take a look at this amazing damage. I guess I should have said the other catch is that this build sucks without Bennett, because Bennett is the carry of every single team in this game. Well, except if you have him at C6 and you're using something like Ayaka. But hey, if you want to try physical Ayaka, that's also another substitution instead of Eula. Also, for anyone who's curious, here are Kaya's current stats when fully buffed. Kaya is the real physical damage carry from Mondstadt. Let's see if Eula is in Mondstadt. Well, she doesn't seem to be in the Knights of Favonius headquarters. You can't go inside solitary confinement. I wish I could throw her in there though, but you can't throw somebody in solitary confinement if they don't exist in the first place. I do wonder if Hoyoverse will ever allow us to access the higher floors on this building. It has been closed off since the beginning. Books are for nerds. Does Eula count as a nerd? I don't think so. So she's probably not here. There is a really annoying child right here, which I absolutely hate because of the stupid annoying commissions that she has you do every single day. Hello, Ella Musk. Iika Gusha Mosi. I am Ella Musk, professor of Helichurlian linguistics. You are such an interesting person, I don't know what to do with myself. Well, it looks like Eula isn't here. That sucks. I might see you someday, Eula. Someday. Also, I just noticed, where in Mondstadt is this picture? That's a really badly rendered picture. Really low quality. Kind of like playing on Genshin Mobile. Okay, I've been looking at this for about 5 minutes and I still can't identify where this is. If somebody knows, please let me know. Okay, and as for this picture, I can't tell if this is Dragonspine or just clouds. Probably Dragonspine, right? I don't know. This is the most useless boss in all of Genshin. No characters in this game use this material. Some people were saying that 2 5-star characters were going to use this material, but it turns out that that was fake. Those characters never existed. Wow, the damage disparity between having Bennett's burst up and not having his burst up is very noticeable. It's almost like Bennett is overpowered in this game. I also don't know why I keep using his elemental skill like a genius even though this thing is immune to it. Cryo is immune to cryo. Huh, I would have never guessed. They'll probably add a character who uses this material one day. Maybe one day Hoyoverse will consider it. Okay, let's take a break and try to collect our thoughts. Where could Eula be? Obviously Eula should be somewhere in Mondstadt, but I haven't had any luck yet. Maybe she just went all the way to Inazuma and just wanted to forget about her life. For all we know, she could be all the way in Tsurumi Island. Nobody knows. Or maybe she's in Enkanomiya, just like Hoyoverse has forgotten about this place. They've forgotten about Enkanomiya, so Eula thought, well, this is my new home. It wouldn't surprise me if she settled in with these 2 lizards. Now, there are 3 lizards down there. I didn't find Eula, but I managed to find a mint. They have the same light blue color, so maybe this is Eula in disguise. I don't know. Maybe Eula joined the Fatui, and that's why we just don't see her anymore. So far in Dragonspine, haven't seen her. Probably going to give up. Well, I've given up on fighting Eula, but let's go fight Mini Ashtaha. I actually don't know if this guy is highly resistant to physical, but he probably is because he's Geo, made up of Geo. Actually, everything in this game is highly resistant to physical damage, so yeah, poor Eula mains. But it's okay, you can always use Kaya instead. This damage is completely amazing, it's better than Dendro. Also, those 2 hits did not critically strike, despite having 80-something% crit rate. I don't know my crit rates. But yeah, random number generation. It's beautiful. Also, with the release of Mika, we're gonna have 2 Cryo Polearm users from Mondstadt. It looks like there's really not a pattern when it comes to where the character is from, what vision they have, and which weapon they use. Okay, what about the giant chicken? I haven't beaten up this thing in a while. Let's go say hi. Hey there, friend. It's been a while since I've seen you. How are you doing? Hope your days have been going well. That is a very friendly way to greet somebody. Now, some Eula mains would probably say something like, oh, if it was Eula, she would be able to one-shot this thing and be done by now. But here's the thing. This guy doesn't suffer from energy issues. Eula does. Now, the only troll thing about this is that Kaya ascends with energy recharge, which is really not that good in a physical damage build. Actually, physical damage is just terrible in general, so I don't know why I spent a crown on him. But you know what? Sometimes you don't ask questions. I'm definitely not going to regret using a crown on a character that I just used for a one-off fun build. Also, there's something really sad about this. Is the fact that Kaya has better attack scalings compared to Chi-Chi's, even though Chi-Chi's a 5-star. I know both characters aren't really meant to be a main DPS, but the fact that Kaya has better normal attack scaling is already kind of a bad sign about Chi-Chi. Anyone who says Chi-Chi is good in physical damage is automatically coping because she has one of the worst attack scalings in the whole game. Well, anyway, that's enough about Chi-Chi. How about a simple ley line? I always showcase bosses when I do very stupid ideas like this, but what about just showing random monsters out in the overworld? Hopefully these monsters don't die before I'm able to show physical damage. Somehow my Shinobu is dead. I don't know how that happened. Probably the explosive barrel. I'm not sure. Okay, well, she died again. I am really not that good at this game, apparently, but that's okay. Wrong buttons. Well, actually, I hit the wrong button when I pressed install on Genshin Impact, so I guess that's just what's going on now. Wow, physical damage is really not that good without Electro or Superconduct. No wonder Eula mains are always so angry at other people. I kind of forgot that these electro barriers even exist, because nobody goes to Inazuma anymore. Well, except for me, because I love Inazuma commissions. I love taking longer to do things because that's just the way I am. Speaking of which, getting Kaya's talent all the way to level 10 took a really long time, because the Mondstadt talent book domain is very difficult for some reason, even though it's in the beginning of the game. You have to fight multiple cryo enemies with cryo shields, and your stamina is basically reduced to 0, and it's not a very pleasant domain to do. If you invest in Mondstadt characters, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Especially since I don't really have a good pyro character on this account, which made it even worse. I had to settle with a physical damage Razor. Also, speaking of Razor, it looks like I have no self-control when it comes to using crowns on specific characters. Okay, well, let's try this on Magu Kinki. Anyway, about Razor, I was doing the Mondstadt talent book domain the other day, and I realized how bad his damage actually is. I was doing around maybe 3,000 to 5,000 damage per hit, and then I thought he was missing artifacts, but no, he actually had his full artifact set that I have not touched in a long time, and I was just surprised to see how bad Dendro warped my perception of the game, because I thought Razor was bugged or something, or I just didn't have his artifacts on. He was doing really poor damage. Maybe Mika can save Razor, but at this rate, we'll have to wait and see. Probably not too optimistic about it. Also, it's been a long time since Mago Kenki has been released, and I still don't know how he works. Sometimes he hits you, and sometimes he completely misses. I still don't know how his really big slash works, and I'm way too lazy to learn. Well, this physical damage is just fascinating. Who needs Eula anyway? You already have a Mondstadt Cryo Vision user. Well, Eula, wherever you are, sucks to be you, I guess.